Welcome to God Did It TV. I'm your host, Kendra Jefferson. And for today's God Did It TV, I wanted to record something a little different, and I just needed to share about a miracle that happened this past week. Our dog Pita, last weekend we came back home and we discovered that our dog Pita had eaten some poison, and particularly it was rat poison that was kind of buried outside. And she found it and she ate it. And I think the active ingredient bromelain. And so I did research on bromelain and found that even small dogs, big dogs, the prognosis of her surviving was not good. We took her to the emergency vet, and they just shared with us that they didn't have a shot for her. And I'll put the camera on her now. But they didn't have a shot for her. The best that they could do is draw her blood, see how much did she ingest, and give her fluids, maybe some nauseous medication for nausea, for being nauseated, and for fever. So we made a decision at the vet that, okay, let God's will be done. I will say that the vet, the doctor, out of the goodness of his heart, gave her some free fluids, and then we were off and we came home. We came home, we prayed, we reached out to a different family and friends, women, men and women full of faith. And they prayed with us, and we believed, and we prayed. And oh my goodness, for the first 24 hours, it was horrible watching her as she was paralyzed. Her back legs were paralyzed, front legs paralyzed. All she could do is lie on her side and pant. 48 hours, same thing. We had her in our bed. We had some pads, and so she had to use the restroom. That's how she did. She used the restroom there. We had to put a towel or something over her because she was she was out of it. She was out of it. So she would snap at us. Where'd she go? She would snap at us, and we knew she wasn't in her right state of mind. She couldn't move, y'all. All she could do is pant and snap. And we gave her noodle soup, or the chicken noodle soup, the rice soup, and water. We started off with 1 spoon at a time. And I tell you, just after 48 hours, she began to just turn around. After prayer, my daughter prayed. We laid hands on her, prayed. Just ask God. He said, do not despise the small beginnings. And that tells us that the Bible tells us he's concerned with every detail of our lives. And I just believed, and I prayed to him. I said, Lord, you know what she means to the family, especially my husband and my daughter Kiana, who's been helping us care for her. And I believe the Lord heard us. Pastor Gray taught on Wednesday about true prosperity. It's not money always. It's having the backing of heaven, of God and all of heaven. And so that's true prosperity. And so I just had to share this miracle. I've witnessed, and I've been witnessing miracle after miracle, and I'm just so grateful to God for this miracle. It may seem something small. Oh, she's an animal, she's a dog. But God cares for us. He prays for us. And he cares about the little things that we care about. And this just deepened my faith even more. Just to see where she was. We were so sad. I couldn't take a picture, and I kind of wish I did. I couldn't take a picture of her in that condition. I could tell you, just imagine her laying there on her side, paralyzed and cannot move. She could not get up. She could not walk. And now, to see her up and walking, it is truly, truly amazing. Truly, truly amazing. She still has some wobbly moments, but y'all, she wasn't moving at all. She couldn't move. And look at her now. That's the power of God. That's the power of prayer. That's the power of prayer agreement and belief and faith. God did that almost a week ago. It wasn't looking good. We thought that she was going to be gone. I did, but I just had to switch over and not say it, what I was seeing, and just believe that God is a God who's faithful, he's loving, and he hears us. He hears our slightest sigh. He loves us, and he gave us another miracle. So I just wanted to take out time to share on God Did It TV. We haven't done a couple of episodes in a couple of weeks, and so this is going to be the episode for this week on God Did It TV. God is amazing, and he's doing wonderful things. Even in our nation's darkest time and hour, God is still on the throne. Above our clouds, the sun is still shining. The sun is still on the throne, shining, praying for us. And he is for us and with us. So I just want to encourage you. Keep believing. No matter what it looks like, don't speak it. Just keep believing on what you know, what the word of God says, and what you know about God. And if you don't know much God, ask him. Show himself, manifest himself, and he will. Call on him, and he will answer. This has been God Did It TV, and I'm Kendra Jefferson. Have a blessed day on purpose.